and welcome to another CK3 video. We're going to take a look at 10 things we would like to see added to Crusader Kings 3. So these are not big things such as nomads, merchant republics, things that we can expect to see behind DLC. No, these are smaller things that we could either hope for patches because they're quality of life, or they are things that it feels like an oversight that they weren't there to begin with. So let's go take a look, and after this video, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, please go check out my Patreon. Okay, first off, we have naming, or I should say renaming. So we can come in here, I can totally go and I could rename the dynasty. We are not the House of Macedon. We are the House of Glitterhoof. There we go. We are the House of Glitterhoof. And, you know, we are not the Macedon dynasty. We are the Glitter dynasty. Woohoo! Excellent. What else can we do? We can rename our empire. We are no longer the Roman Empire. We are the Glitterhoof Empire because we all need some Glitterhoof in our lives, don't we? We do. And then on top of that, we can come down here and we can even rename this lovely county, be the County of Glitter. Ooh, pretty. We can rename our capital here. Instead of being Rome, we're going to be the home of Hoof because all horses end up in Rome, or something to that effect. I don't know, but we can rename everything. What we cannot rename is our children. So let's say you name your kid, and then you hit enter, and then you realize that you had a typo. You can't fix it. You can't go in and tell your kid, I want my grandchildren to have these names. You can't. There's no button for it. There's no button at all. And there was in CK2. You could rename children in your court up to 10 years old. There was a little tiny button up here by their name that you could click on. Can't here. I feel like that's an oversight, and I wish it would change, but that's okay. We still have the glorious Empire of Glitterhoof. Okay, number 2 has to do with prisoners. So if we open up our court button here, we go take a look at our prisoners. We have mass buttons down here. We can click mass ransom, we can click mass release, we can click mass execute. You know, you can do things to all of them, and you can checkbox people and tell them not to, which is pretty good. You can sort people, so if you have 100 prisoners in your prison for some reason, you can figure out who's actually important. One thing you can't do, though, is have more control. So if I click ransom on this person, I can see that they have 10 gold to ransom themselves. That's pretty good. Thank you. These people have the 50 gold they need. This person only has 13, though, and they're worth 100 gold. But if I hit this mass ransom button, it will ransom everybody that has gold to pay. So rather than saving this guy, who is worth 100, I'll only get 13 gold for him, and it goes to even 0 gold if someone has no money. Excuse me? Why isn't there a checkbox I could click here and says, do not ransom people that do not meet their goal? Or some such, you know, phrasing. I'm sure they could phrase it better. They've got content producers that, you know, work on stuff like that. But why can't we? Why? Onto that, we have mass release. Mass release here just releases everybody. Go free! Fly free, little fellows! Leave our dungeons. We don't want you anymore. But if I go here, if I go here and release, I can negotiate, demand conversion, gain weak hook, recruit. I wish when you clicked this, it came up with those checkboxes again, and you say, demand conversion. So everybody that will agree to be converted will leave your court or leave your prison. Everyone who doesn't agree, they just get to sit there because they said, no, we won't convert. Number 3 has to do with clicking on the map. So let's say I want to go to Duchy of Kirbachi, this person, hello Markia, and I say, I would like to grant you a title. I want to grant you this title. I can click on the map. I can choose where by looking at the map. I don't have to look over here. I don't have to have all the county names memorized. It's really convenient. The only things I can't give away are my current capital. But I can totally do this. It's lovely. It's amazing. If I want to click on this lovely lady and I say, I want to grant you a vassal, I can totally click on the map and give the vassal and it'll totally say yes. We are greedy though, so we get stressed. But you know, it lets us click on the map and choose where we want to give it away. Because we're like, oh, this guy belongs to you. We don't have to remember the names of all the counties because there's a flippin' lot of counties in this game. There really, really are. But what we can't do is I want to go to war with the Abbasids. And I say, I'm going to declare war. I want to do a holy war for a county. And I want to go for this one. Why can't I click? I was like, I have to find Negev. Okay, I need to go into change objective. I need to just go scrolling. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Wait a minute. Why is it HNH? Why is it not ABC order? It would be so much easier to click on the map. Why? Why is this go A, D, B, I, A, Q, T, A, S, H, N, H, D, A. What? What is this nonsense? I don't know. Why isn't this alphabetical order? Please, 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 please. I mean, I guess that's an addendum, so I guess it's like, 3.5. But number 3, why can't I click on the map to choose my war goal? Excuse me. This would be nice. I know it's nice. I click here and it highlights where it is on the map, which is awesome. So yeah, let's go for that one. Confirm. Can't declare war. Because we have a truce. That's fine. Don't care. We broke the truce. Woohoo! We're at war now. Number 4 is about calling allies. So currently there's 2 ways you can call allies. You can come up here to the issues button, and there's a thing buried in here somewhere about calling vassals. There we go. Or calling allies, I mean, not vassals. Call allies to war. It's buried in here. When you have a large empire, there's a lot of flippin' things in here that get in the way. Yeah, so I could call this guy. He won't accept. It's very sad. Why won't you accept? You just don't like us. That's sad. Probably because we broke a truce. But, if we could call them into war, if we could, why do I have to come in here and see them all individually? If you have 6 allies because you've got 6 children you married off, you have to click on each one and call them individually. Or you have to come here and go like, where have I got allies? I've got an ally with you. Let's call you into war. I can call you in that way. Why can't we get a single pop-up up here that pops up and it shows us the list of every person we're allied with a little checkbox by them? We click the checkbox, it gives us in that red text, like it did with here, will not accept. It's in that red text, it says it spends 350 prestige, and at the very bottom it tallies it up. So if I click just this guy to invite, it says it will cost me 350 prestige. If I invite this guy and this guy, then it would say that it costs 425 prestige. And I could click and do it all at once. Boom! Not just for single player, but for multiplayer. This would be so nice because currently you have to go in and invite every single person individually, which when you're playing multiplayer, you're not pausing the game. At least in single player, I can pause and go click, 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 click. And if you don't know, when you're playing really small, allies are so, so powerful. Playing the large Glitterhoof Empire, they're kind of because you ally with someone that's really big like West Francia and they call you into every single little tiny stupid war. There's a peasant rebellion. Come save me. The peasant rebellion has 1,000 troops and I have 10,000, but I need your help. And you're not helping me. What? I hate you now. I'll never help you in your war. What? Excuse me? Don't do that. But that's a whole nother thing. But yes, can we get a single button to call all allies at once? And just check mark. Or if it's a defensive war, it wouldn't cost prestige because you're being attacked and you want to call in all your help for free. That'd be nice, please. Number 5. This has to do with your heir. So currently, if you have children that need guardians, they pop up in here and you can tell, who needs to have a guardian. That's cool. You have a lot of kids. You don't have to worry about it. And then see here we have family members can get married. It tells me all my family members that can get married. That's cool too. What it doesn't do is give me a pop-up when my heir needs a guardian. It gives me a pop-up when my heir needs to get married, but it doesn't give me a pop-up when my heir needs a guardian, which would be great because then you could go in here. I don't have the button here because this kid's too old, but I could go in here and say, oh, he's 6 years old. I don't want to be learning focus. We want to be diplomacy because this kid's going to control this huge empire. And then I want to give him a guardian at the same time. Why do we not get a pop-up about that? Because let's say, you notice your kid is 4 and you're like, okay, in 2 years, I've got to give him a guardian and I'll pay attention to the issues and everything. And then I get into a big giant war with the Abbasids. It takes 4 years. And I suddenly realize, oh, I never gave my kid a guardian. And it's in here buried in all of these. Okay, number 6 is about prisoners. Not about your prisoners, about other people's prisoners. So I'm this lovely dude, Count Lev, and his son is dead. Very sad. But his grandson is alive, and his grandson is our heir, and his grandson's in prison. Okay, cool. So I can click here and I can ransom him for 10 gold, which is nice. But what if I don't have 10 gold? I barely have 10 gold. I got 12 gold. I don't want to pay 10 gold, but I want to scheme to break him out. Why can't I scheme to break him out? Why isn't that an option? Hostile or personal or something. Scheme to break out prisoners. Or even click on the jailer and go hostile. Right click, scheme to break out prisoners. Why can't I? You could get that in CK2. Why can't you in CK3? Granted, in CK2 it was locked behind the intrigue menu, but it was still an option. I mean, I would totally be cool if it was an option, if it was locked in the tree. Such as, right now, kidnappers locked in here. Why can't we have locked in here break free prisoners as one of the choices? Or kidnapper, but you can also kidnap people from prison. Like, you're breaking them free, kind of. I don't know. I would love to see that added because it gives more options rather than just pay money. Because people could escape all the time. Or if you're the person in prison, maybe you can scheme to try and get out of prison. That would be cool too. Okay, number 7 is map mode. So we got some great map modes here. We have our standard map mode where, you know, it looks like penciled, like a pencil map drawing. We zoom in, it looks like terrain. It's pretty great. I love this map mode. We have our religion. We have culture. We have dynasties. We have duchies. What are de jure? We have de jure kingdoms. We have de jure empires. We have counties de jure. We have simple terrain, which is something that's awesome and was not in CK2. So I'm so happy to see this here. I should use it more. I keep forgetting it's here because I keep forgetting that they put it in when they didn't have it in CK2. And then we also have county development, which is great. And we have governments. Those are our map modes. They're all pretty nice. Thing is, we're missing 1 or 2 that were really, really great in CK2. Okay, so CK2 map modes. We had our standards. We have terrain, which of course nobody uses. We have realm, diplomatic relations, which is something we don't exactly have in CK3, but when you're at war with someone, you can click on the war screen and it shows you who's at war, so that I can understand that. What I would really miss, or what I do really miss, is income. This shows how rich an area is, how much money they have, which when you're raiding is great. I use this map all the time when raiding. It would be nice to have this in CK3 to, you know, see where it's most profitable to go put our raiders. Like, please. Another one is revolt risk, which isn't quite the same in CK3. It is a very different mechanic. But it would be nice to have a map mode we can just easily hit on our keyboard that showed us where places had high control, low control. Because you can see that when you click on your counselor. So you can see where there's low control, high control when you pick up your marshal and try and put him down somewhere. But it would be nice to have a map mode just so I could look at it and go, oh my god, I got some really bad control going on in this empire. Let me stick someone down. Number 8 is something I mentioned in my video about CK2 having better things than CK3, and that is attach armies. So here in CK2, I have this lovely button here on my army, which says Allied Order Attach Army. I can attach this, I can order my allies, if I'm at war, to attach to my army, which is great. I could also go and attach my army to someone else's, which is great. There's no button for that in CK3. And if I'm at war as well, I can tell my, oh, there it is. I can tell my allies to go siege something. Like, oh, you guys have 5k troops, go siege their capital for me, please. I can do that here in CK2. I can't do it in CK3. I would love to see it added. Please, 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 please. Okay, number 9 is customizable messages. So in CK3, all messages pop up in that lovely little list that we all love and adore, which can take up the entire map. But what we don't have, and what we could do here, was we could totally go in and prioritize messages. So you could do it when you have a message pop up on the screen, but you can also at any time go in here to message settings and look at this. I can prioritize everything. I can sort it by dynasty. Oh, my heir has changed. I would like a priority 1 message. Oh, a title has been usurped. I don't care. Turn it off. I don't ever want to see that one. These ones will pause the game. Oh, if my, a child is born, I want the game pause, please. There's so many ways, and I mean, I honestly didn't go in very often to reset this, but it remembered it too. So once you're like, oh my god, I'm so sick of getting war pop-ups. I'm about winning battles. I would just like to turn it off. I can hear that little noise, and I know, and I can set everything. I would love to see something like this return in CK3. Please, give us some customization. Okay, number 10 is something that's not in CK2 at all. It's not in any Paradox game, and that's the ability to rebind hotkeys. While I love WASD for movement, I absolutely adore it. In fact, when I just was loaded up CK2 for this video, I tried to automatically use WASD like I am in CK3, and I kept pulling at map modes and confusing myself and had to re-record a couple parts. But that's neither here nor there. What we would love to see is if we could go into settings, and it says there'd be an extra tab here for hotkeys. And you could turn off WASD if you don't like it, because I know some people like having their map modes there. They never use WASD to move. They always use the mouse. That's cool. Though, of course, Lambert and I disagree about the priorities and how important they are. But, it would be lovely to have the option. Why can't we rebind hotkeys? Please. People can rebind them using mods. Why isn't it in the settings? We can come in here to game and I can, mess with the tooltips. Unlock delay, locked open delay, I can, go everywhere from 0.05 seconds to 5 seconds. I've got so much, ability to control this here. Why can't I do hotkeys? Please. Let's just end the whole argument about WASD and arrow keys and mice and map modes and all that stuff and just add in the ability to rebind hotkeys. I mean, please? Please. I keep saying please in this video, but it's so true. Please. All right, folks. There was 10 things I would like to see added or tweaked here in Crusader Kings 3. And what are things that you would like to see? Please, don't mention the big ones, such as Nomads, Merchant Republics. I'm sure those will come with DLC. I'm looking at stuff that we would love to see added with patches. Things that could be reasonably added just to the base game to make the game more enjoyable for everyone, and it is really enjoyable. I love CK3, which is partly why I'm critiquing it, is because I would like to see it become even better than it is. That's just, that's just me. I'm a teacher at heart, and I want to see people achieve their best, and I want this game to achieve its best. But that is the end of this video. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions, and, go check out Patreon. Go check out my Discord. We have lots of fun times there. Share your CK3 stories. I'd love to see them. But I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.